Welcome. Welcome to Ninja Monkey's live stream. Let me just make sure that everything is not too loud and that you can hear me. I hope so anyway. Hi, I'm Nathan, Ninja Monkey, and this is my Sunday live stream, my Sunday show. Things are back to normal since I've got back from Japan. And just a quick reminder that I aim to try to answer your questions. If you do have a question, then at Ninja Monkey me or write question nice and clear. I will prioritize super chats, patrons, and members. Obviously, your support helps, and I'm just incredibly thankful that you're here just to ask questions. I don't know everything. I'll try my best. I'm very honest. If I don't know how to answer something, I usually try to figure it out and maybe answer you in a future stream. So we've got 35 people watching. I don't know how many likes we're on, but please like. Please like. All right. With no more fuffing about, let's get started. By the way, what's going on with my hair today? I was looking for my bandana and I don't know where I put it. That's the one thing that I don't know what I've done with my bandana. Hey, and we start with an epic, awesome. Let me just make sure that I can see it. Why can't I see it? There we go, banana fan. Thank you so much, Frog Lady. Arigato gozaimasu. I hope you're doing well, by the way. Froggy. That's my nickname for you. I appreciate it. Let me just make sure that I add my Froggy to the Frog Lady. You're in the support wall. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot. All right, let's get to it. How do you find traveling Japan in December? What is it like? And how does prices vary on hotels if you don't book in advance? I think that the key to traveling Japan cheaply is booking in advance, full stop. Especially if you want to stay in specific areas and you want to stay near specific like stations, then you need to book in advance, unfortunately. When it comes to December, I actually think that the Japan, depending what area of Japan, but like Tokyo, Osaka, that sort of area, in December, January, and February, in the winter months, it can actually be very nice. It can get a little bit cold, but it's usually very crisp, and it usually gives you one of the best opportunities and one of the best times for you to see Mount Fuji. It's usually clearer, you have more opportunities to see it, and not only that, but usually you'll be able to get the snow-capped Mount Fuji. So yeah. Bojo, how are you doing? Hey JJI, how are you doing? Good evening. Hi Froggy. Let's see. Hello, how are you doing? Pokari Ramune, like it. Jesse, no audio on the video. Oh, but do we have audio now though? Wait a minute. Nobody's complaining about the audio, so I'm guessing that we have audio now, right? Hey from the Netherlands. Hey, how you doing? Birmingham, nice. Tawada, how you doing? December, the weather comes down from Serbia. Snow is damped on the mountains, but in Tokyo, it's just cold, dry wind. I have to be back. Hello from London. Logan, how you doing? Nice to have you here also. Let's see. Yeah, obviously, when it comes to, as Jesse's saying, it depends what area of Japan you're traveling to in December. For example, Hokkaido, Tohoku, it's going to be very cold and very snowy. Hey, Bojo. Hello from Texas. Mike, any questions, by the way? Because everyone is just saying hi. Now that it's September, you can say you're going to Japan next month. Wait a minute. I can say I'm going to Japan next month also. Question, David. Hey, do you think I should vlog my trip to Japan in October? Why not? I think there's nothing. When it comes to vlogging, there's two things that you need to consider. Number one, vlogging can be an amazing tool to keep a diary of what you've done, and it can actually be a very fun way of adding something to your trip. But at the same time, vlogging can also be very time consuming and can actually take over your trip. So you need to measure these things out, how much you want to vlog and for what reason you want to vlog. I'm glad you're doing well. You can vlog, of course, everybody can vlog. Everybody should vlog. Hey, thank you so much, Jeff. How you doing? Hello from Tennessee. Jeff, much super 100% appreciated. Arigato gozaimasu. Let me add you to the list. Jeffo. Jeffo. Jeff. Awesome. No question attached. If you do have one, please let me know, Jeff. I don't know why, but the I wanted to do the confetti, but it doesn't seem to be oh, there we go. Yay! Thank you. Arigato. Let's see. Samurai Indie. Hello, how are you doing, Samurai Indie? Thanks for being here. Hi from Texas in November. A good time to visit Japan for my very first time. I'm trying to avoid high temperatures, humidity, and allergy season. I think you've chosen a great month to go. November is going to be a good month, especially maybe towards the middle end of November. You start seeing some of those fall colors coming to light. Those oranges, those reds, those yellows, and yeah, I think autumn is in a way the unsung hero of traveling around Japan. A lot of people go in spring. I think I personally prefer autumn if I had to choose one, you know? What's going on with my hair, dude? Mike, thank you so much for that. I'm just gonna I don't know what what currency that is, but let me add you to the list. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much. And obviously we need some confetti. Um which is cool. All right, let's add you to the list. Mike, thank you. Arigato. Oh, and we also have Jim Ross gifted 5 Ninja Monkey memberships. Much appreciated, Jim. I'll also have to do some additional confetti and I'll add you to the list. Also, thank you. Okay, let's get back to any questions. Obviously, this is I'm trying to answer your questions and help you out as much as I can. As always, I'll jump ahead and see. Will you be able to get one at the gate? I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult, but I don't really know the answer to that question. So yeah, booking in advance. What does that mean, Mr. Last Minute here? Yeah, JJI is definitely. Well, are you? Are you really? Are you really? Mostly last minute. But what I was gonna say is that if you want to get the best prices in hotels, then definitely booking in advance is the way to do it. And I'm going to speak from my experience. I'm gonna be traveling to Japan at the end of October. I'm actually arriving on the 27th of October, and I'm staying for 6 nights. And I've actually booked a hotel for 7 nights because my flight is very late on the Saturday, and I want to stay in my room. So I booked for the Saturday night, even though I'm leaving, and I'm not spending the night there. But what I wanted to say was that I booked that hotel, I think I want to say in June. So I actually started booking, I think maybe the end of June or the middle of June. I booked my hotel for October and my hotel for December. I'm also going to be going back in December, and I can already tell you because I looked at it today. The same hotel, the same room is already £200 more expensive than what I paid or what I booked it at, like in the middle of June. So that's like $250 or so more expensive. So I've found a hotel that I think that I know that the Appa hotel is pretty good. I'm happy with the quality. It's in a good location. It's near a station, so it ticks all the boxes. I probably would not be able to travel to Japan as often as I do if I left things for last minute. I have to book it in advance. It's the only way that I can actually make any, make it work for me. Tony G, thank you so much. Also, you know what? I don't know what currencies these are, but arigato gozaimasu. Let's see. Let me add you to the list, Tony G. Tony G. Added to the list. All right, let's continue. And thank you so much, by the way. Did I put this one on Jeff Daly? Yeah. Can I enter temples using shorts? Because planning to go next year, August, and everybody says it's very hot. Yeah, Samurai, I enter temples using shorts all the time. I just think it depends on the type of shorts. In fact, you'll see that actually a lot of travelers, even Japanese people, wear shorts. Um, I think as long as it's not like super, super, super short shorts, you'll be fine. Are day trips worth it from Osaka? Absolutely. I mean, it depends how long you're going to be in Osaka, and it depends what day trips. For example, you could potentially even do a day trip if you wanted to Himeji Castle, only an hour and a bit away from Osaka. You could even go to Nara from Osaka. You could even go to Kinoseki Onsen from Osaka. You could even go to Hiroshima as a day trip if you wanted to. It all depends on how long you are going to be staying in Osaka, how long your trip is, and how you want to prioritize it, is what I would say. Hi, everyone. Is Christmas a good time to go to Japan, to go to Tokyo? Well, that's a tricky one because, first of all, and for full clarity, I've never been to Japan over Christmas, but I usually arrive or usually leave on the 26th of December, the day after Christmas. I usually spend Christmas with my family here in Europe, and then I head off the following day, and I usually do New Year's. Christmas in Japan, my understanding is really a non-event. There's nothing special about Christmas. They don't really celebrate it. New Year's, however, is quite a big deal, and it's a little bit of a busy period, especially between, I would say, the 29th, 30th of December up to the 3rd of January. I think that period is can be a little bit tricky. For me personally, as not a first-time traveler, somebody who doesn't have to do all the tourist sites, it works very well for me. It doesn't really bother me. There are some smaller stores, some smaller attractions that might close during the New Year's period, but I find that as I've been traveling more over New Year's, that more and more places remain open, especially bigger stores, department stores, and chains and shops will remain open over New Year. Question. On a road trip, do you book all your hotel rooms in advance or do you book on the go? Love your videos. Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, for me personally, like let's put it this way. I'm gonna be going now in October. It's only gonna be 7 nights, and I have that is booked in advance. However, I was talking to Japan Ichiban about this just a few hours ago. However, I'm planning to do a night away, and that I will probably decide on the go. I will probably decide on the go, and depending on finances, etc. Let's continue with tickets booked. Awesome. Early April 2025, you think there will still be cherry blossoms in Tokyo or Kyoto? Very difficult right now, especially so early on. We don't really know what the forecast is. Um, this year, everybody said it was going to be early, and it ended up being on time or late, depending on how you see it. Going for the questions, by the way. Question. Um, so I finally pulled the trigger and bought the ticket and booked accommodation. Awesome, well done. How useful are prepaid travel cards considering Japan is a cash-based country? Incredibly useful. We were talking about this in the Discord, which, by the way, if you're not a member of the Discord, please join it. There's a whole other community there that of people that are incredibly useful, helpful, and friendly. That can, it could be a really good buffer. Even when you're traveling, something goes wrong, you might want to reach out to people. Discord is definitely the way to do it. So prepaid travel cards work very well. I would say that Japan is and can be a very, very cash central society in some ways, but I also think that, for example, in convenience, you can pay with a card, with a credit card or a debit card or whatever. A lot of big restaurants you'll be able to pay with debit cards. There's gonna be lots of opportunities where you're gonna be able to pay with card, unless it's like a somewhere that's a little bit more remote, somewhere that's a small mom and pop sort of store, or like traditional restaurant or street food vendor. Then you probably have to pay by card. Some of these places do, however, accept Suica or IC card, but they don't accept card. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Trying to get through all the questions as quickly as I can. I will be going in 2 weeks. Nice. For 2 weeks, should I expect milder temperatures? In 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that from now on, don't expect it to be like pleasantly. I wouldn't say expect it to be pleasantly like comfortable. I think it's probably still gonna be hot or warm, but it's going to, from now on, it's definitely gonna start cooling down, especially the humidity. Ooh, let's see. What else? What other questions? I discovered that the JR Pass has an online seat reservation system if you buy the JR Pass from their site. That's correct, yes. Have you used their online tickets? I have. Reservations and ticket pickup from hello from Canada. Hey, hello from Europe. I'm actually in Europe right now. Um, yeah, it's a very, very, very useful, very handy service. It's pretty cool that you can actually choose your seats in advance, and I've used it in the past. However, I found that I've not found a reason. Even this trip, I traveled for 6 weeks, and the only JR pass I got, two JR passes. The first one was a Kyushu all area pass for Kyushu, and that just sort of like I broke even. Maybe I could have done without it. And then I did the Hokuriku Arch Pass, because I went to Fukui, Toyama, from Tokyo. And even then, that one also, I think I maybe saved 2 or 3 thousand yen. So it wasn't like a big saving. My suggestion is to, if you do have a JR Pass or you're considering a JR Pass, please do your research, figure out if it's worth your money. It's really easy to purchase tickets individually. You can even purchase tickets individually and reserve your seat online, um, individually, if you don't have a JR Pass. So that is a great option. Awesome. I'm trying to read through all the questions. There are loads of people on here today. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, from Sweden. Okay, cool. Last week I had mentioned I had 2 weeks off in February and was hesitating booking a trip due to the cold. Well, I booked this week and will arrive Japan February the 9th and depart on February the 23rd. Jeff, nice. I'm considering a February trip. I'm not very sure right now, if I'm going to be going in February or if I'm going to be going in April. At the moment, I'm not very sure if I can financially go to both, is where I'm at the moment. We'll see. But it is going to be cold, but I think that it's one of, I said I mentioned it earlier. I actually think that winter in Japan is actually quite a nice time to go. Have I had issues of a hotel in Japan telling you that the price was too low that you booked and asked you to rebook at the current price? I had that happen once, but in 2020 trip then was cancelled. No, I've never had that issue, and I think it's a non-issue depending on who you book through. I am quite confident. I now book using either my Klook affiliate link or using booking.com or Expedia, and those sort of sites have guarantees, and they have things in place so that that doesn't actually happen. Although I did have one thing happen, and it wasn't with the hotel, it was with booking some car rental, where they cancelled on me very, like, literally the night before. But in my 10 years of traveling, I pretty much always use booking.com or Expedia with no issues whatsoever. I was looking at flights and hotels for the end of December. Hey, come and join me. That would be so awesome. And flights are 5 to 6,000 Canadian dollars and hotels around 2 grand. At that point, I won't be going. What hotels are you been looking at, dude? How long are you gonna be going for? Let me help you find a hotel. Let me help you find a place to stay. I guess it depends for how long you're gonna be going. Have I been on one of those boat rides? If that's what you're referring to. Oh yeah, Bojo Pigeon has a very good point, and that is that illuminations. And I've actually done. I have. If you're not aware of this, I actually have a winter guide, Japan winter guide. One of the things that I mentioned in that winter guide, apart from like what to pack and what to wear and that sort of thing, is I actually mention that Japan is a land of illuminations around winter, and these illuminations start going up around December, and they stay up until maybe mid January or the beginning of January at least. And some fantastic illuminations. For example, the Ashikaga Flower Park, which is usually famous for its wisteria, is converted into this crazy magical like illumination like wonderland. It's really cool. You're going to Tokyo and Kyoto for 14 days in December. Are 2 or 3 day trips from Osaka too much? How long? It depends how long you're going to be in Osaka. If you're going to be sharing it 7 days and 7 days, then absolutely no. Absolutely, you'll be fine with that. Question: I'm going to Japan in April. He is currently 11, but will be 12 at the time of travel. I intend to get a rail pass for him, but the child pass is under 12. Um, my understanding, and you'd have to check the small print, but my understanding is that you pay the price of the age that he's at when he's using the thing. Hey Hugh, you got yourself a suica from? Did you get it from the vending machine, or did you? Where did you get it from? My question is. Hey, Professor Oak. Thank you. Professor Oak is awesome. This is a very random question which I absolutely cannot answer. I'm very sorry, Felix, but my knowledge of horses only to do with the culinary side of horses. This time, usually my small trips to Wada, when I'm only there for 6 days or 7 days, usually I stay in Tokyo as a base, and maybe I do a few day trips away. Saika, how are you doing? Hi Nathan, question, were you easily able to book Ghibli with your normal credit card, or did you use Revolut? USJ was so tough to book without using Klook, and I'm worried I'll just it will just sell out. Thanks. Okay, Saika. To begin with, Universal Studios, I booked with Klook. It was just like, apart from the fact that I was able to use my own affiliate link, maybe it's cheating. I'm not very sure, but I use Klook, and let me just put the Klook link up. If anybody does want to get some use my affiliate link with Klook, it helps the channel out, and you know what? It's pretty cool and it works really well. So there it is. You can also go to ninjasaru.com. Anyway, so Saika, and as for the Ghibli Park, I think I used Revolut. I can't remember now. And as for getting tickets, oh my goodness, it was so freaking difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it was very stressful, and I was very, very lucky to get Ghibli Park tickets. Let's see. Question: Tickets booked for early April 2025. You think there will be cherry blossoms in Tokyo? Like I mentioned, it's very very early to know what the predictions are in terms of cherry blossoms. And even last year, the predictions started coming out January, February, and it wasn't until like 3 weeks before that they actually got it right. So another question. There's been loads of questions about autumn leaves in the last few days. Actually, there must be like this. Loads of you must be starting to getting planning going for your autumn trips, I guess. But when it comes to autumn, they actually stay up quite a long time. Put it this way: when I usually go at the end of October, the beginning of November, they're not really there, especially surrounding Tokyo. Don't really see much. But when I then go in December, at the end of December last year, there were still autumn freaking leaves out. Like, yeah, so they stay for quite a while. Hey, Lord McGray, how you doing? Andrew, love the videos. We arrive in Tokyo on the 13th of September. Should we bring rain gear? Always take rain gear to Japan, I think is a rule. I think it's a good question, Andrew, but there's two things that you can consider. Number one is taking a light jacket, a light rain jacket, just in case, which is what I always do for all trips across all seasons, because you just never know with Japan. But if you don't want to, there are many umbrellas readily available in from convenience stores, from convenience stores, etc. And you can even get rain jackets from convenience stores, disposable ones. I usually just carry a disposable one for those times of the years when I'm not very sure if it's going to rain. And don't worry too much about it. You'll be able to find something. I think that my biggest tip is have some really good walking shoes that are potentially waterproof or splash proof. That will help a lot. Bean, question. Hello, Ninja Monkey. Have you ever been to Kure City? I have not been to Kure City. I'll be teaching English there soon, and I'm trying to get an understanding of the vibe there. Ooh, that sounds very fun and very interesting. I'm not. Well, let me check what Kure City, Japan is, because I need to see things in the map really for me to like visualize. I'm not very good at geography, just in case. Just in case you didn't know. Okay, I see. Just trying to I see where it is. Interesting. Looks pretty cool. Okay. I have not been to Kure City. It's very close to Hiroshima. And Hiroshima's pretty cool, so you're gonna be fine. Hey, let me just add you. The Sifitisifi? Is that how you say it? Sorry if I say it completely wrong, I totally apologize. Let me write your name down in the list. How do you how? The Sifitisifi. Okay, I hopefully spell it right. The Sit Sifit is Siffy. Sit if is Siffy. I hope that's right. Maybe it's wrong. I'm so sorry. Thank you for everything you do. I'll be going in November the 19th to the 29th. Nice. I arrive on the 28th, 27th. I'll be staying in Minato near the Shinagawa station for the Yamanote line. Nice. That's a not a bad area to stay, to be honest. Anyway, anywhere near the Yamanote line is going to be great. Awesome. Anthony, thank you so much. I need to add you to the list. Yours is a little bit easier to spell. And you know the problem is it appears so tiny on my screen that that it's hard. Anthony Davis asks, "Hey brother, hey brother. I'll be in Japan from the 5th of November to the 19th of November. From your experience, is this less crowded time of the year? Also, what's the weather like around that time? Just curious. Thanks. Okay. In terms of crowdedness, in terms of crowds, I think Japan is now at this point is just crowded pretty much always, unfortunately. Um, would it be less crowded? Potentially, you wouldn't maybe not have got to the crazy crowds for the autumn foliage, which probably starts towards the end of your trip or the middle of your trip. So I think that the beginning of your trip shouldn't be too bad. Although Halloween at the end of October can be quite popular, quite popular. People do actually go to Japan for Halloween because it's quite a big thing. And what the other question that you had is, what's the weather like? The weather, I suggest that you take layers and a light jacket maybe for during the day, mainly layers, and maybe something a little bit warmer for the night. Last year, I didn't actually need to wear anything extra warm in the evening, but other years I have had to. So global warming and all that, it's all very unpredictable. But thank you so much for the super chat, and actually for those of you who have supported me today. Much appreciated. Let me just one more time. Confetti. Thank you. The let's get back to the questions. If there's any more questions. Hello, good morning. Well, it's good evening here, but good morning. Do you think going to Japan on November 25th to enjoy the autumn leaves is good, or is it too late? I think you'll be fine. I think I from my experience the last couple of years, and especially last year, I think that you'll be probably be spot on around that time. Um, Again, what you can do is search on photo websites, search for those locations that you've mentioned, and see what they were like around that time of the year last year. I want to do a big shout out to my friend Japan Ichiban, who has just booked October, November. Looking forward to it now. And I wanted to mention that, Japan Ichiban, he has a very, very, very useful Facebook page, Japan Ichiban, where you can get lots of inspiration. In fact, I sometimes browse through there, look at the photos and whatever he posts, and I'm like, I want to go there, and I like make a little note. I want to go there, and I want to do that. I want to go there. So inspiration can come in all sorts of ways, and I really want to shout out Japan Ichiban. So please give yourself a link, JJI, so that people can actually click on it. Thank you, Tawada, for your recommendations. I was looking at Appa hotels, but just started booking after I paid my property tax on Friday. Well, I'll be staying in an Appa hotel around that time of the year, and I'll share with you all the information privately later. Although I might change locations, I'm not very sure yet. What exactly do I need to do to see Super Nintendo World? I want to visit for one day with my son. It's all very confusing. Suma Sufami Dan. It's not as complicated as you might think. The quickest and the best way, unfortunately, is paying. You can get a fast pass, and as long as you get a fast pass, and it comes in lots of different like versions, like a 4 or a 7 or a 9, and each one comes the number refers to the amount of rides that you get, like a fast queue queue skipping sort of privileges. But as long as you get a fast pass that has one of the Mario World rides included, then you will have timed entry into Mario. So that is the straight away easiest way. Most expensive. You can use my Klook if you do decide. You can support me. I'll get a little commission from that, and you can book it. Actually, I recommend doing it for Klook. I did it for Klook. My friends did it for Klook. Everybody that I know does it for Klook, because I just find the website, the actual Universal Studios website, a little bit confusing. The other way that you can do it, but it's a little bit more of a risk, is if you arrive super early, or if you book if you get early entry tickets, which you can, then you can actually enter 15 minutes before everybody else and you can go straight to Super Nintendo World. But that requires you to actually arrive at the park much earlier. So hopefully that gives you an idea. I am potentially working on a video on basically comparing Nintendo, the new Disney, because I went to Disney Fantasy Springs, and the Ghibli Park, explaining how to get tickets and all that. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Do you think it's something that is worth? The thing is that there's so many other YouTube channels that do that sort of content that I'm not very sure if I should be, you know, trying. Anyway, good question. Lord McGray, I use Apple Hotels all the time. All the time. That sounds fantastic, Bojo Pigeon. Let's see. I have a week in Japan. I have a week. Sorry. I leave in a week. I can't even read today. I arrive in Osaka. Is there any service that aren't available due to the typhoon? Um, I have booked the bullet train. You know what? By then, first of all, the typhoon affected some Shinkansens like 2 days ago, but typhoons, by the time you get there, the typhoon will be long gone and nothing. I don't think, everything will be back to normal. By the way, check out what I have. I got myself some snacks. Do you know these? Do you know these? Hmm? So I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna have one now. This is a tonkatsu flavor. This one is, where is it? Salami. Ooh, salami flavor. Interesting. I'll put that to my side. This one is con. What is this? Con or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have this one. The easiest one, salami. All right, let's carry on reading some of your questions because there's plenty here. Anthony, you're welcome. Evening all. Has anyone flown from the UK via the Chinese airlines? The prices are really cheap compared to other airlines, and I'm tempted to book. Yeah, well, I haven't personally, Khalid, but Vicente, who comes on the chat very often, and I've met a few times in London, whenever I've done like a meetup in London. He's actually in Japan right now, and he's flown. Actually, the last few times he's flown with Japan Eastern Japan Airlines or whatever it's called. So yeah. What is the weather like the last 2 weeks in May? Shorts and t-shirt weather, day and night. Does it rain a lot during that time? That is the basically the start of rainy season. Kind of rainy season will be starting a little bit after that, but it's going to be very unpredictable, is what I would say. Makwa. Question: We'll be arriving in how's Uber? Interesting. That's a good question. I'm gonna explain that now. Can I just get off the plane and call the Uber without a reservation, or am I better off with a local transport? Need a van due to three people's luggage. My suggestion here would be, Chris, that you pre-book your if you want to travel and have somebody pick you up. I would personally pre-book. It's going to be much cheaper than calling an Uber or a taxi from the station. You'll be able to get first of all, you'll be able to get a vehicle that actually fits everyone, plus the luggage, without any issues as such, and also it'll be much cheaper. In terms of Uber, Uber is available in some of the major cities. It's a little bit limited. I wouldn't say it's like as readily available as other places around the world, but you can actually go on the Uber and pick a taxi and all that kind of thing. But it doesn't work really in smaller places in Japan. Hey, Lord McGrave, thank you so much. Let me add you to. First of all, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be having confetti. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, let's add you to the lists. Lord McGray. Are you a lord? Are you actually a lord? Am I speaking to a lord? For all I know, you're a lord. Maybe you're a lord. I should be calling you sir. Lucky. Luckily, an authentic Japanese market has opened in Berlin. Nice. Cool. Not big on sweets, but they have Pocari, Highball, a small restaurant attached. It's a start to get more authentic Japanese stuff here. That is so exciting. You know, here where I live in Gibraltar, there's nothing. Nothing. My friends always want to go take me to the Japanese restaurant, but I just know I'm going to be disappointed. So, okay, where's the salami? Salami. I'm going to try this salami flavor umai. Hey, why is it not? I don't know. There it is. Let's open it. Ooh, 73 people watching. How many of you have actually liked? Looks pretty good. Mm. This tastes like if you're from the UK, it tastes like a space raider. Smoky bacon, not salami. Hmm. M Rider. You know, I don't know of any Japanese who have actually doing it though. This is the thing. Um, there's a lot of when it comes to like the news, when it comes to like headlines and articles, I try to ask people that I know in Japan, and none of them know anything about it. So it must mean that it's a non-issue. And I've also got my Coke Zero here, Kampai. Okay, let's get back to the questions. Oop, where are the questions? Here. Nathan, what do you have to do to press gang you to do a live with Jessica in Gibraltar before you head back to Japan? I've got a YouTube pop up on Gibraltar being refused city status, done by Queen Victoria. Oh, yeah, you know what? I watched that same video today randomly. Actually, it goes a little bit like this. In 2022, during the Jubilee, the Queen Elizabeth Jubilee, Queen Elizabeth granted Gibraltar city status or something like that. But then when they realized that actually Queen Victoria had already done so, but everybody had forgotten. It's funny. Sufami Dan, I will consider it. Um, just need to figure out how to make it my own, if that makes any sense. Because there are some amazing content creators that literally focus just on that content. Like I think one of them is called TD Explores. Good morning, Daniel and Yuka. How are you doing, Daniel? How are you doing, Yuka? How are you doing, Kyle? How are you doing, everyone? Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. What's the time over there right now? What is the time? I'm no lord. That would have been so cool though if you were a lord. I want a viewer to be a lord. Can one of you guys become a lord? Yeah, I've just mentioned exactly that, Daniel and Yuka. I've just literally just mentioned number one, if you really, really wanna, make sure that you get in, then you're gonna have to pay and get a pass. And number two, you just are gonna have to go really early, but even that might be risky. So, but yeah. M Rider, is it true? Yes. Is it a problem? No. As in, is it true? Yes, I'm sure that there's a few restaurants out there that are charging tourist prices, um, you know, charging tourists more. I'm sure that there are some. However, it's not an issue because out of the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of restaurants, it's probably very very few that are doing this. So question. I love it. Questino question. Just going from Haneda to Shinjuku, do you have suggestions for the transportation company to book with? Considering Transfero, but reviewing further didn't seem good. If not, that's okay too. Chris, so you can actually use a limousine bus. The limo bus is it's a bus, which has actual proper location for suitcases. It's going to be super cheap. It's going to be super easy, and they run quite regularly, and very easy to find. So that would be my number one suggestion if you want a foolproof way of getting to Japan, getting to Shinjuku from Haneda Airport without the hassle. If you really wanted to, I've in the past booked using Booking.com, car transfers using Booking.com, and they've been pretty good. Chris, limousine buses. That's what I've just said right now. Indeed. Did Kyle wake you up, or are you out for the rubbish, for the trash? Adam, how are you doing? Adam, how are you doing? Good evening. So with regard to download the Universal app and timed entry and all that jazz, so long as I get Express Pass, I'm golden. Pretty much. But the important thing is that you get an Express Pass that includes a Mario ride. If the Express Pass includes a Mario ride, then you'll be given a slot to enter Mario Land. And usually you can choose the time, but you need to do it pretty quick. You need to do that in advance, or else it will self-assign you a time. You will be given a time. You might not be able to choose the specific time that you want. Nate, not all Appa hotels have onsens, or in fact, the majority of these hotels they have centers, which are like public baths. An onsen has to have like a water that comes from a spring, but there are some that do. But yeah, do you have a favorite area in Tokyo to go in the evening? Well, there's also good izakayas. Ooh, you know what? That is a great question, and I think that maybe Shimbashi is a pretty cool area to walk around. Even Nakameguro, pretty nice. Some nice izakayas, and there's a river. Although a little bit harder to get to. So Shimbashi is probably easier. Ueno, obviously under the train tracks, can be quite fun. Um, Quite pretty also. And then actually, even in Asakusa, there's a whole road full of izakayas. In Tokyo, you can't go wrong. You're gonna find loads of areas where you can find izakayas and nice evening strolls. What's your favorite city in the Japanese Alps? Bonus question: favorite city in southern Spain. Okay, I like Takayama. Takayama is in the Japanese Alps, isn't it? I do like Takayama quite a bit, I must admit. And then, what's my favorite city in southern Spain? I would say Granada. Granada is my favorite city in the south of Spain. What works for me is to use public transportation from Haneda Airport on arrival, then use a limousine bus for the return trip. Okay, that if it works for you, yeah. Hey Nathan, haven't watched in a while. You look a bit different. I look haggard. I look different because my hair is all over the place. I'm also very tanned, I think, because I've been going to the beach pretty much every single day since I arrived. Today I went to a swimming pool and I lay there in the sun for a while. I'll be heading to Tokyo next Monday and wanted to know if I should buy my Shinkansen before I go, or should I just wait till I get there? Well, if you're going to be going to Tokyo next Monday, first of all, where are you now, and when is your trip? Because if you're going to be arriving in Tokyo on Monday and you're not going to be taking the Shinkansen till the Friday, then you can just get it there. Hey, Paco, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. I'm guessing you speak Spanish. Creo que hablas español, no, no estoy seguro. Intento de hablar español. Which area would you choose for getting to attractions in East Tokyo area? Oof. Hmm. What would I choose for East? You know what? Choose a location in Central Tokyo, and that will get you everywhere, right? Maybe Tokyo Station, around Tokyo Station, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe. I went to Shiodome Italia guy, and that was in New Year's. I went there. Granada is so beautiful, isn't it? I think it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Honestly, so beautiful, beautiful. Jim Ross asking the Beethoven concert. That's in New Year's. Even I know that. I know that it's in New Year's. Oh, dang, your Spanish is clean. Yeah, because I'm actually, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually bilingual. Yo puedo hablar español perfectamente. Hablo español y hablo inglés y un poquito de japonés, pero el japonés es súper difícil. Sorry, I said I speak English, I speak Spanish, a little bit of Japanese, but Japanese is super difficult. I'm going to Tokyo next Monday. Dude, jealous. I'm going to Kyoto at the end of the week. Okay, so that answers a question. I can speak Spanish too. Awesome. I am. I have a Spanish shorts channel. Maybe in the future I'll do a live in Spanish there. I don't know who would even turn up for a Spanish live stream, but question: which area should I select on the location panel when buying tickets for the limo bus to Toyoku in Asakusa? Um, Number two, hotel. I want to be close as possible to the hotel to drop off, ideally. So, what you need to look at first of all, you need to look at if it goes to Asakusa because there are some locations that actually the limo bus doesn't go to. But what you want to do is you want to look at the schedule for the limo bus, see all the stops, and then check on Google Maps which stop is the closest to your hotel. That's what I would do. Don't worry. Typos. Typos are nothing. I have typos all the time. Even I just put out a short, an earthquake short, um, and there's a big typo in the middle of it, and I just realized just before going live. But hey, we're only human and we're not perfect. We're not robots. Thank goodness. Typos are making mistakes. It's just a show of humanity. I think Japanese language is easy, so you can learn it. Arigatou gozaimasu, sensei. Sensei Towada. Nihongo benkyou shimasu. Nemo, musukashi desu. Me and my friends have finished booking all accommodation and flights for Japan next year during February for Sapporo. Awesome. Osaka? Sapporo's going to be so cold. Are you going to the snow festival? I'm guessing that's why you're going to be going there. Tokyo, very excited, trying to fill out our itinerary. Is Shibuya Sky worth it? I love Shibuya Sky, but I just love observation decks. So, I just don't get bored of observation decks. So, never, I never get bored. Do you have any movies you watch when you miss Japan? Not even a week back home? I miss it so much. Yes. First of all, I watch my own vlogs because they're sort of like little memories, on my trip. But I like watching some anime. For example, I think Kimi no Nawa, Your Name, it's an anime, and really captures the feel of Tokyo so well. I love it. Jonathan, how are you doing? I am. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got lucky last time as the last limo bus. Um, I got fell right next to my hotel. Nice, 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 nice. Also, don't forget that the limo bus does, usually stop very, very close at the major stations. You're going snowboarding. Nice. You've never seen the snow before, and you're going snowboarding. Please be safe. Please be safe. There are some Hispanohablantes living in Japan that have YouTube channels in Spanish. So next time you go, you should join them. Maybe. Yeah, Le Pere. I was actually friendly, quite I wouldn't say that super friendly, but if you go back into my catalog of videos back 2018, maybe something like that, 26, 17, 16, 17, 18, I used to hang out with Necodita blog, which are quite a big Spanish speaking channel, and I even interviewed Ernesto in one of my videos as an interview with Ernesto, but I just lost contact, and now they've just become so big that I can't even I can't even get their attention, which is very sad because I really enjoyed spending time with Ernesto and learning stuff from him. Mixing two languages, I mix two languages all the time. Can I do Kamakura and Yokohama in one day? I start early and I'm very nimble. Also, is a robot restaurant worth it? Thanks for all your help. You know what? I would say that you can do Kamakura and you can do Yokohama all in one day, but I would probably end up doing Kamakura very early in the morning and then end in Yokohama probably for late afternoon to have sort of dinner. That sort of thing works. For example, if you wanted to do Kamakura and Chinatown in Yokohama, probably doable. A bit of a long day, but it's doable. If you've got the energy, you can do it. Which was better, Pocket Wi-Fi or eSIM? You know what? I think it really, really, really depends on your needs, and I'll give you two case scenarios, different use case scenarios. First of all, if you want Pocket Wi-Fi or data SIM, you can use my affiliate link. I'll leave it there whilst we talk about this. So if you're traveling as a family or as a couple or as a group of friends, then maybe Pocket Wi-Fi is the best one for you because it means that you can have one device and you can share it amongst all of you, which means that it's cheaper, especially for a family. If you are traveling on your own, then it doesn't make a difference other than having an eSIM means that you don't have to charge or carry an additional device with you. So it's up to you. I think that they're very, very, very similar in terms of usage, data, connection, and speed. The difference is how you use it. I hope that helps. Okay. ¿Cómo? Hola, ¿cómo estás, extranjero feliz? Estoy muy bien. I'm good. Hey, how are you? Happy foreign. Happy gaijin. I get it. I get it. Tawada likes to throw in a few of those things in the chat every now and then. September. Usually I'm not in Japan in September, so it's very hard for me to answer the question other than I know that it's still going to be warm. Um, just you can probably look at some of the weather records from last year to get an idea. Stick with the Kicks wants to go to Sapporo now. You're very welcome, Jonathan. Le Pere, I usually go to Japan in December, at the end of December. I can I'm gonna be guessing that it's not gonna be very, very different. Maybe a little bit warmer, but I can imagine the beginning of December and the end of December not being super, super, super different. I know that in terms of snowfall, usually would happen from the end of December to, or maybe the middle of January. Jonathan's going to Japan next month. Fantastic. Hey, hello. My honeymoon is in December between the 17th and the 30th. Congratulations, first of all, Alex. Congratulations. Awesome. Very cool. Let's see. I want to spend 2 days near Nagano or Hakuba. Do you have any recommendations on how to visit the snow monkeys? If you want to visit the snow monkeys, then I think you better off staying in Nagano, because then it's going to be super easy. You can get a bus to the snow monkeys and then walk up to the snow monkey park. So yeah, easy peasy. And once again, congratulations. I hope that you have a fantastic honeymoon and make many babies. Yeah, still looking at low 30s for September. Is there anything wrong with wearing shorts in Japan? Absolutely nothing. I lived on shorts. I literally lived on shorts for the last 6 weeks when I was in Japan. So yeah, don't worry about it. I want to make sure that I haven't missed anything. I mean, Adam, I really think that it's probably going to be like more like high 20s rather than low 30s, but I hope it's not going to be low 30s. Was it warmer or cooler for your last trip? Twitter, Cliff Dog, how you doing? You know what? I think I've just become so freaking acclimatized to the summer in Japan that when people ask me this question, my body goes like, cannot compute, cannot compute. Um, I think it was very similar to last year. I wouldn't say it was any hotter than last year, to be honest. I would say it was very similar, very hot, very humid. And when I got home, it has been hot, like 32 or whatever, 33 here. But the humidity hasn't been the same, and it basically means that my sweat glands were rejoicing the moment that I arrived, especially when I got to London, Heathrow Airport. It was so cool. My body was like, yes. Nick D, you don't have to cover tattoos in Japan unless you're gonna be going to a very specific, event, like an onsen where they actually ask you to cover up, or some kind of event where they ask you to cover up. Um, I know a friend that has many tattoos, and he goes to a gym that is not tattoo friendly, but he just covers up. He never shows the tattoo. And he was telling me that one of his friends accidentally showed a little bit of tattoo, and he was chucked out of the gym. So they are quite strict. Yeah, Hakodate is pretty nice, eh? By the way, I like Hakodate. Right, Coke Zero. Tuara, I don't think there's a need to cover up a tattoo as a Western person in Japan. Um, like for your day to day, going down the street, walking, going to conveni or that kind of thing. Really, it's just very very specific situations where I'd say. How many nights do you recommend for Tokyo's as a first time in Tokyo? That, you know what, not enough. There's so much to see. It's very difficult, and it all depends, Nick D, on how many days you have in total. Because if you say to me, I only have 10 days, then I'm gonna give you a different answer than if you say to me, I have 3 weeks. you know. So yeah, how many days? How many days are you gonna be in Tokyo? 3 weeks. So And my suggestion there, Nick, would be for you to actually travel around Japan. Don't just stick to Tokyo for 3 weeks. Maybe spend, realistically, spend the first 5 days in Tokyo. Travel, 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 and then the last 2 or 3 days return to Tokyo. That's what I would do. And what I mean by 5 days in Tokyo and then 2 or 3 days in Tokyo at the end. What I mean is that even when you're in Tokyo, you can do day trips from Tokyo. There's so much to do, so much to see. That's what I'm talking about, Tawada, because we are foreign. We have the Gaijin card, right? The Gaijin card. um, it's true. It happened, started happening as from last Halloween. I'm not very sure if it's permanent or just over Halloween, but it is true. But also how they enforce it, that's a whole other thing. Spending 2 weeks and still don't think it's enough. Exactly, right? I mean, I planned I planned a trip for my friends. They were there for 20 days, and I think they spent the first 6 days in Tokyo and the last 3 days in Tokyo, something like that. And they were saying not enough, not enough. I mean, not enough in general for Japan, you know? Thank you. Smash the like button like a smashing geisha. I don't know why I said that. Only 44 likes, guys. Come on, we can do better than that, I'm sure. Sounds like a load of fun, Jonathan. You're very lucky. Hell yeah, I recommend you go to Okinawa. Okinawa was so beautiful, especially Ishigaki Island in Okinawa. So, so, so nice. The hub. The hub is nice. The pair. I liked your video talking with other tourists. Really nice people you found. Yeah, about half of those people were actually followers or subscribers of the channel where they literally saw me or in a train or in a restaurant or on the street and they, hey, Ninja Monkey, I watched your video. So I said, hey, can you help me out? Um I'm putting together a video asking questions. A lot of people said no, and then the other half were people that I just asked. It's very difficult to go up to a stranger and ask them, something like that. But hey, I kind of have the character for it, but I need to sort of like warm up before. And that video is not performing very well. It's very different to what I normally put out on my channel. I think it was an interesting video. I thought it was a fun video. I hope it was put together nicely, but YouTube just doesn't like it. Hey, it is what it is. What places you say are the top attractions to visit in Tokyo? Nick, I actually have a whole video on Tokyo's top 10 places to visit and attractions to visit. You should check out, because those attractions are based on what the most popular attractions that tourists visit, and then you can sort of like choose from there what you want to see. Better as Asakusa or Shinjuku to stay as a first time in Tokyo. Thanks. Happy SC. I think it depends on your age, who you're traveling with, and your likes. If you really like nightlife culture, drinking and partying and that kind of thing, then probably Shinjuku is going to be your place. So if you're relatively young, then maybe that's what you want to where you want to be. If you are a little bit more a little bit more mature and you want to see a little bit more culture, then Asakusa is your place. So it really does depend on your likes. Staying in Akihabara for when I'm in Tokyo. Hopefully that isn't too bad for public transport. No, Akihabara is on the JR line, on the Yamanote line. You'll be fine. I'm very, very close to Tokyo Station too. So it'd be very easy for you to get to Tokyo Station and move. Ishigaki was so beautiful. Seriously, Cliff Dog, so so beautiful. I mean, I think I mentioned this in one of my previous live streams. I go to Japan, and usually I'm excited to move. You know, after a few days, move to the a new location to explore. But when I was in Ishigaki, I literally did not want to leave. I didn't want to go anywhere. You missed my drunken streams. Uh, hmm, did I do any drunken streams? Probably, I don't know. You know, I think that this trip, I was quite busy. I'll make up for it, okay? Ninja Monkey is a character. Once you've been to Tokyo 2 or 3 times, you'll have your own favorite places that rarely get mentioned in tourist guides. Indeed, that is very true. Akihabara can be a very good place, but it's not a location with many hotels. That's the only sort of downside. It's not like known for hotels. I've just bought a ticket to watch the sumo wrestling tournament. It's worth going to watch in Tokyo. Nick, I'm gonna be totally honest. I've never been to a sumo wrestling. I need to go. I really feel that I need to go. Especially after interviewing some of those tourists who were like, "You need to go to sumo wrestling." Kichijoji is so cool up here. I love Kichijoji, by the way. The only thing is a little bit. It's very nice. It's very easy to get to Shibuya from Kichijoji, but it's a little bit out of the way in terms of connections. Good night, Twitter Cliff Dog. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm probably going to end the stream in the next few minutes too. I have to work tomorrow. Yeah, Ueno has a very special place for me. Obviously, I love Ueno, but I am trying to, for the sake of the channel, I'm trying to stay in different places. But also sometimes it just depends on the price. For example, this time around I'm going to stay in Shinjuku only because the price difference between the hotel that I'm going to be staying in Shinjuku and the hotel where I would have wanted to stayed in Ueno was like $80 or $90 difference, and I went for the cheaper option because I can't, beggars can't be choosers. I can't be going to Japan every other month, um, and not making the correct budget choices. Really, I did. I flew to Fukuoka. I flew. Wait a minute. Did I fly to Fukuoka? Yes, I do. I did. Yes, I did. I did. But not the way that you're thinking. Japan, Ichiban. I actually flew from Okinawa to Fukuoka. So I flew from Tokyo to Okinawa to Ishigaki Island, and then from Ishigaki Island in Okinawa to Fukuoka. For street food markets of all time in Japan, probably. I would say. Hmm, maybe. In Osaka. Osaka's pretty cool. You're currently traveling Japan. Nice, Ken Ford. You use my tips, especially on phrases. Awesome. Currently in Osaka. I'm very jealous, Ken, and I'm glad. You know that I did put out another video with Oriental Pearl. We now have two, and I already started putting a list of words that I want to add to a third one. So it's gonna become a little bit of a like series. How do Japanese people with disabilities and those with alternative looks? I'm going to Tokyo for the first time in 2 weeks, and I'm a little apprehensive. How do Japanese people, those with disabilities, Slinky Whippet? I wouldn't worry, I really wouldn't worry. Just enjoy your trip. Seriously, don't worry. Get to Tokyo 25 days. Nice. That's nothing. Oof, lucky. You know, when it comes to economical flights and prices, it's nearly impossible for me to give you tips, but I can tell you the way that I do it. And that is, before I even go on the site, I set myself my personal like maximum that I'm willing to pay. Obviously, there's not going to be a minimum, is there? But I set myself a max. Sometimes it depends on how long my trip is. For example, if I'm going to be traveling around Japan for 6 weeks, I'm probably going to be more willing to pay that little bit extra than if I'm just going to be in Japan for like 5 or 6 days, 6 days. Um, and then what I would do is I would set myself an alert with Google Flights or Expedia. You can set yourself a tracking. You can track a flight. You can see the pattern then after 2 or 3 weeks. You can see if it's going up or if it's going down, the pattern, and you'll actually get an alert. For example, I actually booked my December flight. I actually booked it because I received an alert on my phone saying, hey, the flight that you were tracking is now $300 cheaper. And I was like, really? Purchase, purchase. Let's see. I'm staying at a Napa hotel and resort, Ryogoku Eki Tower in December. I wonder if there's tickets to sumo wrestling. I want to go. Um, I really need to go and investigate the whole sumo thing because I am interested in doing it. I just never done it. Lots of you ask, and then I don't know how to answer. A lot of the time, I do things for the channel, um, just so that I can actually answer from experience rather than, reading something, an article, and telling you what the article says. I'd rather be able to say, hey, this is the way that I did it. This is the way that it worked for me. This didn't work for me. This did work for me, or this was really difficult. I found an easier way of doing it. So yeah, all of the support on the support all arigato gozaimasu, because that's basically where it goes for me to try out things for the channel. So thank you, Whippet. Don't, like, seriously, it's always scary, especially if you have a disability. Hopefully you're not traveling 100% by yourself, but embrace the moment, embrace the location, enjoy yourself. And you know what, Slinky? If you're not part of the Discord community, I recommend that you become part of the Discord community, because there's always somebody there in Japan from the Discord community, and you never know. You might wanna meet somebody. What was my longest stay in Japan and my shortest? I think my longest is usually six weeks, 6.5 weeks, I think, and my shortest has been 6 nights. And for Sakura Mobile, Jonathan, you can use either the app. Well, there is no app really for Sakura Mobile. You have to use a website. But use my QR code or go to www.ninjasaru.com, ninjasaru.com, and there's a link for Sakura Mobile, which will help. Team, I am planning a group with a large number of people, 5 to 7. Okay, that's not a large number of people. Like that's okay. How are the Airbnbs and what should we expect in terms of the accommodations? Right, I don't do Airbnbs, but Japanese Japan does, and I'm not very sure it's in the chat. But I'm guessing that in terms of Airbnbs, you're gonna get what you expect, what you see. So, Frog Lady, you've been quiet. I hope you have a good day. Nick D, the JR pass, you need to do your own investigation. It all depends on how often you're going to use it and for how long, and what routes. There are some regional passes that might be more worth it for you than the actual JR pass. That's what you did. You saved 400. Okay, okay, good, lucky, good, good thinking, good thinking. Ooh, your husband is 50th whilst you're in Tokyo. Anything special to do? Slinky, what sort of things does he like? I think it all depends on what he likes, really. Um, all depends. But special? Ooh, let me think. In Tokyo, hmm, hmm, a list of things. Oops. Here, let's see. I mean, you could always go to one of the observation decks. Um, nice meal. You could stay in like a special hotel, ryokan style, for that night. Well, there's even a what do you call it? A helicopter tour that I've heard of. Maybe a cruise, like a Tokyo cruise, Tokyo meal. You can get a meal. What about an experience like a cooking experience or something that you hands on? Those things might be cool. Apart from Appa Hotel, I mean, they're all very similar. Dormy Inn, I think I like. Rem, I I've fallen in love with Rem, REM. Pretty cool. Sotetsu, the Sotetsu Fresa Inn trains are pretty good. What else have we used? Oh yeah, Tokyo Inn. Tokyo Inn? It's a little bit like a cheaper version of Appa. Also okay. Loads. Of course you can. I mean, when it comes to typhoons, you need to really sort of think ahead. For example, I've had to in the past. I've known that there's a typhoon. If you remember last year, I was in Sado Island. Apart from the fact that I wasn't able to get a car, and it sort of spoiled that part of my trip. Um, yeah, basically, I decided because there was a chance that a typhoon was gonna disrupt my 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 trip. So I decided to leave one day early, and I lost my money from one hotel. I booked a cheap option where I was gonna go, and I think that when it comes to typhoons, you might have to use that as a an option. An option must be potentially you losing a night of accommodation and booking elsewhere and getting the hell out of your location so that you can actually get to your destination, especially if you have like a plane to catch. Visit a love hotel. Yes. Good idea. Nick, I've got a video on restaurants. I mean, they are original Japanese food, but check it out. Yeah, you can get little cruise with like restaurant sort of thing that you can, like sushi or restaurant cruise, the Sumida River. Yeah. Okay, guys, I am going to start ending the stream. Before I do, can I please ask you to hit that like button? And I would like to really, really highlight a big, big thank you. And I'm gonna do this again. Arigatou gozaimasu to Frog Lady, to Jeff Dale, to Mike, to Jim Ross, to Tony G, to the Citificifi. If I think I've got a feeling that I wrote it wrong. To Anthony Davis and to Lord McGray, and obviously to my moderators for moderating today. It means a lot, and all of your support helps the channel. It helps me continue getting to Japan. But unfortunately, things have to come to an end. And please check out some of my my latest videos, especially that interview video that I just put out, because people aren't watching it, and YouTube is telling me that basically I've got a message from YouTube saying your video is crap. Not really, but more or less in a nice way. People are choosing to not watch this video. Basically, it says something like that. Okay, let's see anything else before I go. Hit the like button, please. See you on Wednesday. I should be streaming on Happy Gaijin. By the way, my second channel. I do have a second channel. Fingers crossed. I'll be streaming on Wednesday. You enjoyed my trip. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed my trip. Sleep well, everyone, or have a nice day, everyone. Nice to meet you all. Maybe. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Leave a comment in one of my videos, join the Discord, like and subscribe. Stay positive and be a happy gaijin. Good night. Oyasumi nasai. Bye.